And every single day,
the more enemies we kill.
We're spending trillions and trillions of dollars.
Feel free to say, all right, this is your fault.
It's not your fault.
All I know is you're not selling anything.
The Fed's not done, and I'm going to tell you why.
Welcome back to Sean's show, episode 11. I'm here with Josh Cabaza.
Yeah, what's up?
Superstar Josh Cabaza. Lots of exciting stuff coming for him.
Yeah.
And me. It's actually been a great week for both of us. Josh got off methamphetamine.
Fuck all the losers.
Josh and I are moving to New York.
Yeah.
Austin actually has always been a shithole. It always was. And we're moving. This was actually what's it called? A bait and switch.
Yes.
We were here ironic. Like I've lived here ironically. Mm-hmm. I've not lived here with the intention of it like adding value to the community. Everything I've done here has been tongue in cheek. Every relationship I built in Austin has been ironic.
Not every relationship.
No, every single one of them.
You have a girlfriend.
Every single relationship, Josh. No, I love you, baby. She might listen.
Yeah.
No, she has to be. No, she's great. Every other relationship, though, yeah, it's not, and not you, Josh. There's a few. I have my circle, and then everyone else is like, yeah, and they're like, Austin's great, and it is great. But it's exciting. No, all that is to say, exciting stuff coming to Austin.
Yeah, for
both of us, and I think feels like it's finally taking off. It feels like it's finally gelling. Yeah. And I know I'm breaking my own rule about talking about the Austin comedy scene, but
a road story's coming. I feel it.
Yes,
yeah.
We should have a button. I always keep saying we should do things, and then I never improve the show.
There's plenty of buttons.
I know. There's plenty of buttons. We should have a. Let me actually record a quick. This will be on the soundboard. Just my voice will be road story. And then we can press that later on. Okay. Just got back from Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Just did the Arizona House of Comedy, very fun club. Featured there with for Gianmarco Ceresi. Actually, some people out there apparently listen to my pod, or one guy listened to my pod.
Is that the dude who is like real sarcastic?
The headliner.
Yeah,
he's a New York guy. He's pretty witty.
Yeah,
I guess.
I meant like on Instagram and stuff. Like he's like the Gianmarco I'm thinking of.
Probably
black dude.
No.
Then I'm not thinking of the right
Italian person. Jew.
Okay, completely.
Black Italian. No, no. No, it was a very fun weekend though. I like Arizona. Arizona was cool. I feel like Phoenix is just like AstroTurf. Like the whole city is just AstroTurf. Mm-hmm. The planes land on AstroTurf, and they slide around everywhere. It's very slip. It's like very dry though. Very dry. It's a desert.
Yeah.
And there's cactuses and. The club was fun, but we did it in. It's a very rich area. Mm-hmm. Like, Austin has the Domain.
Yeah.
The Domain is like a planned community. Doesn't the Domain feel racist?
No.
The Domain is a planned.
You know what? Maybe I just don't notice it.
Don't you feel out of place there, Josh? Because if you're race. No, well, I'm saying not like you should be able to be there, but it's a planned community.
It wasn't built for me. I get what you're saying.
It was built for whites that work at IBM.
Yes.
There's IBMs right there. And it's like it's this like it's white flight. It's white flight.
Well, I've seen people there that are all decked out and thuggish. You know what I mean? And you assume they sell drugs, right?
Yeah.
And they don't look out of place.
You're talking about me? I'm right here.
Yeah,
Say it to my face.
Yeah. Stop selling
names.
drugs. Stop selling steroids.
I drive my Lambo. Yeah, I drive my Lambo. And
Cybertrucks just started coming out. I'm so excited.
Really?
I ordered mine in 2021.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
Josh.
I did. $100. I have no idea how I'm able to afford it.
$100 to pre-order?
Yeah.
To get on the wait list?
Well, just so I can lock in the self-driving feature at the price of $10,000.
Oh, really?
Because it goes up. Now it's at $13,000. It's supposed to go up again.
Dude, so I think it's fucking crazy. Well, I don't know. It's with like you go buy a car, mm-hmm. They upsell you like here's the base price. Mm-hmm. Would you like leather seats? Would you like satellite radio? They upsell you on all the features. I think that with self-driving cars and with electric vehicles, and all Teslas already do like software updates, right? like they do over the air.
Correct.
They beam software updates into the vehicle.
Into the driver.
Only if you're vaccinated.
Correct.
Only if you're vaccinated. I got J&J. I'm actually good. If you get the gene therapy, which is different. But they are they going to charge? I feel like eventually, they're going to charge for certain updates.
So the way it works
do you see that happening, or is that already happening?
So the way it works for Robotaxi, which is the reason I purchased it, and it hasn't even come out yet.
Is that what the feature is called?
Robotaxi so while you're asleep, your car's going out and picking up people and dropping them off, making money. That's what it's supposed to be. And so that's
actually fucking cool as shit.
It is.
That's actually pretty fucking
You're supposed
cool.
to make up to $30,000 profit a year. That's after maintenance. And then Tesla takes 30% of it because they're the ones that find all the what's it called? Like
the customers.
The customers. They find the customers, and if something,
so they're building an Uber competitor.
Correct. And instead, we're the ones that own the cars instead of them owning the cars and sending them all out.
And that subsidizes the cost of the car
by a lot.
Well, they just you just get a check every month.
Well, I don't know how it works as far as payment goes, but even before the Robotaxi service comes out, I'm gonna rent that bitch out because it's less than a Mercedes, right? Because I got the dual motor.
Yeah,
it's less. Do you hear me? The dual motor, the dual motor, and it's less than the Mercedes, but you can rent it out for even more.
The Cybertruck?
Or
Teslas. Any
Teslas you can rent for almost double what you rent for a Mercedes.
I've seen Teslas in Palo Alto. Mm-hmm. They're out. Aren't they already out?
The Cybertruck?
Yeah.
There's a few out.
But those are if you work for...
I don't know exactly how it works.
How do you get a Cybertruck?
They probably ordered it right when it came out. But I think I might get mine sooner because there's a lot of people that ordered 500 Cybertrucks because they thought the Robotaxi service was going to be available right away.
Yeah.
Now, are those same people going to be able to afford 500 Cybertrucks?
And also again, I think you look at the Waymo, Cruise. We see the Cruise cars, GM Cruise. They're all around Austin.
They're not gonna last.
So, those are... I feel like they're first to market before this Robotaxi service that you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Okay, you got to get more cars out there, right? Mm-hmm. So once the Robotaxi service starts, anybody who has a Tesla can opt in, as long as they have self-driving, can opt into the Robotaxi service. So now you have all these cars able to do that, plus everything that's coming out with the Cybertrucks. And the Cybertrucks, what I like about them is you're going to be able to do the fast charging. So you're going to be able to charge the whole thing in minutes instead of having to wait there, 4 or 5 hours to charge your whole thing. That's the biggest drawback.
Well, I remember I heard there's a similar feature where when you're driving a Tesla that there's a pop-up every hour. It'll ask you if you want to donate to Israel.
Is that where we're going already?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's actually, if you want to start your Tesla,
yeah,
there's a little button that says, "Are you Zionist or are you anti-Semitic?" And you have to say, "Yes, I'm a Zionist."
Why can it only be one of the two? I hate this, dude. And you know what? I've been having nightmares of the last podcast we did. I'm like, what the fuck did I say on that thing? I was trying to be funny and it wasn't funny. There's people dying. Oh my God. I was having panic attacks.
Really?
In the middle of the... I don't
even know what we say on this.
I never feel that way about any podcast I do. But this is a topic that I'm just ooh, I don't know how to handle this. I don't it's rough.
It's hard to talk about. You're talking about the Cybertruck, right?
Yeah. It's hard to talk
Look,
about
it's hard to talk about new features because there's a lot of controversy
Yes.
around the new features and how they're going to be deployed.
Yeah.
And the timeline. Yeah. The timeline's controversial.
And it is bulletproof. That's what I really like about it.
The Cybertruck is bulletproof.
Yeah. Against 9mm. If you put if it's a heavy weapon, it's not gonna, to stop it.
So you think Israel's going to use these in their warfare? Isn't they going to drive into Gaza on a Cybertruck?
I just like it because also, in any other truck, it's the outside of it is fragile compared to what the Cybertruck is, which is all one metal casing. So you get in an accident, that other person is fucked. It's a steel car.
Now I kind of want to buy one. Fuck. I have seen... and that's true with trucks in general, though, right?
All cars.
You're gonna the bigger the vehicle is not gonna sustain as much damage as the smaller.
Correct.
smaller
That's why I'll
vehicle.
break the shit. Like if you've got like a Honda Fit and you're tailgating me, I'm gonna check the shit out of you. But if you're a semi, I'm getting out of the way. If you're a F-250, I'm getting out of the way.
Dude, I do a lot of road gigs, road story. No, I cut off semi trucks all the time. I don't give a fuck, bro.
And they flash you?
I literally, yeah, they flash me. I don't care. And if you're in a semi truck listening to this podcast, I want you to pull over, and I want you to think about what you've done to drivers like me on the road. Because I've literally been in traffic, behind, like in a 2-lane highway in the middle of fucking nowhere in Texas or Alabama, and the one semi. You know, everyone's experienced this. You know when the one semi is behind the other semi in the slow lane, one of the semi pulls into the fast lane, and it's like a fucking 20-minute journey for the one semi to pass the semi in the slow lane, and then they pull over, and then you drive past, and there's 15 fucking semis.
Yeah. At
like
night.
like back to back, and I'm like, why are you fuckers trying to get one truck faster?
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, Sean, it's because they're paid per mile and they're incentivized to get there as fast as possible. Hey, okay, you can go ahead and do that. Just know that I might kill you. I might kill you. Just know that if you're going to take that risk and you're going to waste my time, I'm going to cut you off. I'm not going to be a nice driver, because when you cause a traffic jam, you're wasting my life.
Yeah.
And everyone else behind me. You're wasting all our lives. You're effectively killing me. You're killing my time, which is my life.
Speaking about not truck driving, but I had a comic tell me about a service that you put a decal all over your vehicle, and then you get paid per mile. And I'm driving like something like 3,000 miles a month, so I think I'm gonna.
Oh, you mean like Red Bull, like brand your car as a Red Bull?
I think I'm gonna brand my whole car for like dick pills or something.
Dick pills?
Yeah.
You know what brand I would do?
Vagisil.
Saudi Aramco. Dude, I might just brand my car Saudi Aramco without them paying me.
Yeah.
Just like the Saudi state oil company. Like, like oh, you know, like in Austin, actually, there's a pretty famous car, or not famous. Everyone's seen the Dogecoin Lambo. Have you seen that?
No. Some
guy got a Lambo wrapper wrapped with Dogecoin. There's probably a photo of it online. I would assume so. And it looks horrible. It looks so awful. I mean, like I can't imagine how autistic the guy is that. I think it's the second one on the right there. I think it's that one. It is pretty cool. I mean, it's my Lambo. Okay, I admit, it's my Lambo.
The Lambo.
Unbelievable.
You can't even tell it's Dogecoin though.
Yeah, you kind of have to zoom in.
Yeah.
How much pussy do you think this guy gets?
A lot.
Dogecoin Lambo.
But they don't speak English. They don't speak any English.
Yeah. How many Vietnamese 14-year-old do you think is this guy fucked?
Oh my god. I was gonna say Eastern Ukrainian. That's what I was gonna say.
Eastern Ukraine. We don't talk. Ukraine doesn't exist anymore, Josh. Israel and Palestine exist.
Oh shit.
Ukraine. The Russian-Ukraine war's over. That ended as soon as the media stopped paying attention to it.
Oh damn.
Thank God.
So when does the Taiwan one start?
Right now, since you just mentioned the word.
I got it. Yeah, China's out to sea right now with their 13 battleships, whatever the fuck they have.
Against Taiwan or against?
Well, actually, the blanket. What they're trying to say is like, we are against what Israel is doing.
I saw that they said it. What China said, what Israel is doing goes beyond self-defense. I think that was the quote.
I think it's just a ploy to put them out and be like, all right, as soon as we know that America can't do shit, we are gonna go get Taiwan.
Well, we're distracted.
Correct.
Well,
not even distracted. Just like you heard Jenna Yellen come out and like, yeah, we can afford another war. No, we can't, bitch.
I saw that too. I mean, Janet Yellen, what the? And also, this is the same bitch that kept our interest rates artificially low for a decade.
Yeah.
And basically destroyed our country. Janet Yellen, unelected person.
Yes.
We don't elect that person.
No.
The chairman of the Federal Reserve.
No.
Chairwoman, sorry. Chair lady.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? She looks like she'd be somebody's grandma, like the sweetest lady. But you know she's like probably the most evil person.
She's a cold. I honestly, I would fuck her.
God damn.
If I was single. I was single. Just to say I could just like fuck her and be like, please raise rates.
Oh.
Please raise rates, Janet. We're
gonna go negative.
Give her a good time.
Do you think we're gonna go negative rates?
I think the real rate is negative.
I know, but like,
Right?
but I'm saying as far as like, do you think we're gonna go negative?
Like Japan?
Yeah.
Well, and let's pause. Just for those of you that are kind of confused on what an interest rate actually is, and a good analogy would be this. If you're not financially well versed enough to understand this, an interest rate, let's say you have like a girl that you're interested in. To be honest with you, I really can't even give you a definition of an interest rate. It's the interest rate. It's the rate of. It's the cost of borrowing.
Correct.
So it's how much it costs to borrow money, and it's also known as the federal funds rate.
And we've had cheap heroin for the last 10 years, and for the first time, they're like, "Sorry, you're gonna have to do this methadone."
Yeah,
And everybody's just like, "There's not enough methadone."
yeah. Well, and it's like people. So higher interest rates are bad because it makes debt more expensive. Right?
It makes debt more expensive, but the only reason we're in so much debt is because interest rates were so low that we over leveraged as a country.
Right. So
Because
yeah.
interest rates in the 70s, Paul Volcker
I saw
did
they were like 16%.
all the way up to 20%, but the debt wasn't like that. We sound so gay talking about this, by the way. But we could,
No, this is actually straight as fuck. By the way, gay guys don't work in finance, except for Jamie Dimon.
yeah.
Just kidding. Is he gay?
I don't know.
Anderson Cooper.
No, he fucks men for power. That's what he does. It's not a gay thing. It's a power thing.
Yeah, Jamie Dimon doesn't fuck. He just does business trends. Sex is just.
He's the P. Diddy of banking.
I love Jamie Dimon. I almost met him once.
Really?
Dude, I was in J.P. Morgan in New York City trying to get a job there.
Yeah.
And I talked to like one of his lieutenants. Like one of the, I don't think it must have been like well, that company's so big. But I talked to like a director or a guy that was at the president level or the director level in like asset management or something like that.
Who's the Texas senator? Cornyn? Is it John Cornyn?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
He's tall. He's like 6'2" or something like that, but he's 6'3". And I met him, and he looked like, ugh, why am I talking to you?
Where'd you meet him?
He was like some UT. My brother went to UT.
Yeah.
And I think he was there, and the president too. And I looked like thugged out at the time because I'm wearing like my Nike beanie matching with my Air Force Ones with my tall tee, and my parents look all nice because my brother goes to UT, and
you had grills at the time.
I might as well have had a grill. I did have the long chain, and my response was, "How you doing, sir?" "Yeah, I go to Texas State." And he was like, "Fucking, why are you looking at me?"
Oh, and he blew you off?
And I mean, what is he supposed to do? Like, "Hi, how you doing?" Da, da, da.
Yeah, he is. He works for the public. He's supposed to be a nice guy.
No, because I didn't even go there.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even go. My brother went there.
Yeah.
And I just looked like completely out of place. Like, what the fuck is that guy doing here?
Was this at the Domain? You tried to park at the Domain. They're like, we don't let your.
This was at the football game on campus across the street at some building. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've met like, I don't know. I've met a lot of people in like our outer orbit of power, you know, of like finance and politics. Actually, I almost got recruited when I was trying to like have a day job still in finance. A guy was trying to recruit me to, do you know the brand Nothing Bundt Cakes?
No.
Okay, so it's the whitest. Let's look it up. It's you know, like a bundt cake. So Nothing Bundt Cakes is like what white moms go to buy like for their sons when their sons come home from college. They'll be like, "Baby, I got us a little treat. I wanted Nothing Bundt Cakes."
Oh, those look delicious.
They're so fucking good, but they're also, this shit is like
that
so
red velvet looks amazing.
It doesn't look fucking good, but this, you know what you need to do to get this?
What?
Suck a few cocks.
Why?
That's how expensive it is.
Oh,
It's so expensive, dude. This stuff.
I got my aunt's a baker, and I get a shout out to my aunt and her business, Happiness Cupcakes. Delicious, delicious baked goods. So
Edibles.
no, nothing with marijuana or anything like that, but very good. Yeah.
You could put weed in them though.
You could have one ant that works there that probably could do that, but then they'd have to clean everything there, then make sure there's no THC.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
But everything from like even like I just had their banana pudding, which was I'm not a big banana pudding person.
Yeah,
amazing.
I honestly, I'm a big pudding guy. Pudding is like very hit or miss for a lot of people. But I brought that up because a guy was trying to recruit me to sell bunt cake franchises to come. This is super boring. But he told me he met with the guy. Who's the fucking Greg Abbott? He told me he's like met with Greg Abbott. I'm like, wow, I feel fancy. He's meeting with big old politicians and shit. But a lot of guys are just fucking. I don't know.
A lot of guys just fucking.
There are a lot of guys just fucking, not Greg Abbott. Do you think Greg Abbott can get an erection?
No, but I'm sure his chair has some dildo that pops out and it's just like, really? And it just swings like woof, 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 woof.
He has a helicopter cock.
Yeah.
I feel like Greg Abbott's job is gonna be taken by AI.
I think Greg Abbott is gonna become AI. He's gonna be the very first governor who's gonna get Neuralink in and just become, and then that's gonna be the what's it called chair? Oh damn, you never mind. You don't watch DC or Marvel. Mordo. There's a special chair that Batman sat in at one time, and it was another guy's chair, and it makes you like super like
the chair moves around and shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Something like Mordor or Mordor.
Greg Abbott's gonna sit down in that chair and just get more racist. He's just gonna sit down. It's like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if. What if Neuralink, like you get like you're paralyzed? Neuralink allows you to walk, but it makes you like really really racist.
Well, didn't what's his name have a thing where well, I mean, it's whoever built the AI, it's gonna be inherently racist. But
yeah,
you know, especially like the cops and stuff, because they're gonna go by statistics, and it's so statistically this happens, so therefore you're guilty.
They already do. I mean, they already do that, dude.
Yeah,
you know, like, yeah. I mean, I don't know if we mentioned on the show. It's, you know, cops are just like, I don't like it when cops go on fishing expeditions. It's very shitty when cops go on fishing expeditions where they pull you over for a crime, and then they go like, any other crimes going on?
Yeah.
And then like, it's like, that should not be your job, dude. Like, you shouldn't be like trying to pull people over for speeding and then notice that they're have a gold chain, or they're you know, a certain race, and then they're probably trafficking drugs. Let me try and get their consent to search. I think that's so wrong. Leave that to the drug interdiction team.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's
isn't that what you said? Like but then I don't know if it was you or someone else was saying like, well, that is their job. Like the traffic highway patrol, that is their job. They also do drug interdiction, right? Or I don't know.
No, it wasn't me who said that.
Oh.
But I mean, they have to have. It's not a quota, but they do a thing where they log to see what type of activity you have. So if you don't have a lot of activity, meaning arrests or tickets, then you got to go find that. It's like almost like you're not like a report. You're not doing your job. You haven't found enough, and we know people are doing bad shit.
Right. So like, if you catch like 5 people trafficking meth, like, do you get to hit your wife with impunity? Like, you get one night?
I'm pretty sure you can get away with whatever you want, depending on the size of your town and how corrupt the system is.
Yeah.
Within your town. I mean, you're the police. You know what I mean? Who's going to report you?
Right. Well, I mean, the police investigate themselves.
Yeah.
What's it called? Internal investigations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And then they. I mean, like, has any police force ever found that one of their own to be guilty?
I'm sure there has. I mean, probably a lot less, because you're already going to have that bias of like, yo, this is my colleague, this is my teammate.
Yeah.
We might fight amongst each other, and I might know he's crooked, but I'm not going to let you shit on the entire thing.
Right. And then it becomes a political thing where it's like, if someone escalates it to the level where they are being investigated, like the cop is being investigated by internal affairs is what it's called.
Yes.
I mean, how do you? I mean, like, that's like that's like if they told me to investigate you, Josh.
Yeah.
Even if you,
That's like telling you. I was gonna say your kids. Like if you had kids, and be like, I know one of you did something.
Yeah.
So go ahead and investigate amongst yourselves, and then let me see. You know what I mean?
You guys have been very, very bad. That black man was just walking down the street.
Geez.
Not very naughty. How about a paid vacation? Like that's what happens to cops. It's like the cop like kills a guy or like paralyzes a guy that was innocent or like was wrongly identified, and then internal affairs is like, hey man, hey hothead, hey officer hothead, go to take a vacation.
But think about how we used to think those types of cops were cool back in the 70s, 80s, like the Dirty Harry type of cop. It's just like whatever it takes to get it done. And it's just like, fuck, you can't do that.
That actually, that is true. Like a lot of movies portray those like
they're heroes.
This is a no nonsense cop
like,
that doesn't play by the rules. He's racist.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, that's fucking awful. You're not supposed to be that way.
I want to see a modern version of that. Like I don't know, like Officer Jones.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Officer Jones works for the LAPD. He doesn't give a fuck. He'll pull you over without probable cause.
But also think about that where they just become, you just become, what is it called when you identify something? You recognize patterns, right? So you're like, I've seen this before. This is probably what's happening. So you have to act or assume that that's going to happen in that way.
That's
right?
just human nature.
That's just human nature. Like, this is all kind of off topic a little bit, but kind of still. Did you ever see the judge? It's on TikTok, and this judge is eating sushi, and then he's like, and on top it says, realizing you're just hangry, and that's the reason you gave this man a life sentence. And he's like eating sushi, and he's like, I was just hangry. It's like, God dang, bro.
Is that a real thing a judge put out?
On TikTok.
What a fucking idiot. And he gave him a life sentence? That's so funny. The video depicted a person in a judge's costume.
Oh, okay, so he wasn't a judge.
Oh, okay, so he's making fun of judges.
Okay, cool.
We don't watch other people's comedy on this show, by the way. We're not allowed.
That was the guy. I didn't think it was real, but it was. I thought it was funny. But also,
I bet you they're like that, though.
Dude looks like a judge.
Yeah, no, he does.
Yeah.
He's probably homeless.
Yeah, that was fighting and just realizing I gave a guy life in prison without parole because I was angry.
Well, dude, I mean, you can opt to just let the judge sentence you instead of a jury.
I thought the judge always sentences you.
No, well, in fact, if you remember when we on the old podcast,
It shall not be named.
that shall be named the Thoughtless Experiment. Go watch our archived episodes.
Is it still up?
Yeah, that's all still up.
All right, cool.
When we covered the what did we cover? The shooting, the Parkland shooter. So the Parkland shooter was found guilty of the crime, but then there was a separate trial just for his sentencing.
Oh, okay.
And that was a jury's job to decide what the sentencing would be. So you can have a judge sentence you, or you can have a jury sentence you.
Does that depend on the state, or is that everywhere?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But I know that in Gaza they just kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of other places you're guilty.
Yeah, and in most parts of America, it's just you're not America. In most parts of the world, your version of a speedy trial is just a bullet to the head.
Oh, very much so.
I think it's a witch hunt. You know, just like they're doing to Trump. It's a fucking witch hunt.
You think so?
No, I don't know. I mean, well, you know what's so fucking stupid about?
Do you know who Shamath is? Shamath
Palahapitiya.
Did you hear what he said?
Shamath Palahapitiya. What is that racist? If I
don't know
mispronounce his name. Shamath Palahapitiya. Yeah. Palahapitiya. What did he say about Trump? It's with a C. Actually, let's get this. We can get this on Bluetooth. Okay.
Darn it.
Is this the one you want to look at?
This is it. Yeah.
So
I was very surprised that he said this. Is it on?
maybe hit the Bluetooth button. Let's see. Da 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 da.
It says paired.
Da da ba 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 bum. Ba da da na na.
Oh, it's paired with your iPhone. Unpair.
Do oh shit. Do
There.
do.
Now do it.
Da 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 da. That should be on the soundboard too, for technical
Boom.
difficulties. Oh, I turned it off. Oh, actually, can you click on it again?
It's on.
Oh, it is.
Well, no, I meant
Oh.
like it's on. There you go.
Da 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 da. Let's see. Did it work? Nope. Bum. 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 I just like singing.
It's discoverable. It says.
Let's just play it. Can you just move your mic to the speaker?
Yeah.
We'll just play it off the laptop. Okay. Sorry, guys. This is Chamath Palihapitiya. That's what his last name is.
It's on the TV though.
Oh, really?
Trump was elected.
Okay. I'll put my mic towards the speaker. Okay. So this is Chamath changing his mind on Trump.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we
Like
go.
not just change his mind. Like, wow, you'll see.
I was told that at the end of the road, and that's what I thought. And I'd already underwritten him as an F. Okay? And then 4 years into the presidency, he was probably like a C in my mind. And then as I get a little bit of distance away, I realized, no, hold on a second. This guy was like a B plus. Like, he was pretty good. I voted for Hillary Clinton. I voted for Joe Biden. But this is the honest assessment. The guy did, for the things that he was supposed to do, a good job. And for where every other president found a way to, frankly, make our situation a little bit worse, specifically around wars, he did not do that. And that is a huge accomplishment that I think needs to be acknowledged.
I think the thing that was smart about Trump was that he was willing to do business.
Yes.
He was willing to negotiate, and he didn't feel the need to make these moral condemnations all the time.
I love these billionaires. They're like, you know what I like about Trump? He was willing to do business with people that kill journalists. You know what I like about Trump? He was willing to cut some deals with North Korea. Fucking psychopath billionaire. Suck my cock, Chamath. Suck my fucking little dick, Chamath. I hate Chamath. Chamath would love to interview you someday.
Yeah.
This is all comedy. It's not. It's real. Fuck you. Chamath. Have you seen interviews of Chamath?
Yes, he's
Chamath.
the way he treats the other people on the podcast is fucked up. Like they'll be saying to him, he's like, no, what are you talking about? This is stupid. What are we talking about? I'm like, God dang, bro.
Well, that's that razor sharp brutality
Yeah.
is the same thing that made him a billionaire.
Yes.
When you have that attitude. But dude, Chamath, like, actually, it's funny because this goes back to like one of the core reasons, one of my core points about the whole fucking show this is one of the reasons what I'm even doing this fucking show is that BlackRock, everyone says, and I've said this before, but there's all this rhetoric that like BlackRock controls the world, the elites behind closed doors, do
have the third largest asset manager.
pull the strings. Yeah, they're an asset manager. They're big. But I don't like the way that Chamath kind of sits there like, you know what it is? Because people will be like, so Chamath, what's your take on global affairs? And Chamath will be like, you're a worthless, spineless pile of shit. You need to make $5 billion in 25 hours or you will become dust. I will own you. I will own you. You're not, like that's his attitude.
That's not what he says, but that is his attitude. Yeah.
Or he's like, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I agree with a lot of his beliefs. Like he'll sit up there and like cross his legs and he'll be like, you guys think that the politicians run the world. That's not true. There's 800 hedge fund managers that control most of the world's wealth and what happens with that wealth. Those are the people that control the world. And it's just like, yeah, Chamath, like my problem is with Chamath. My problem is with the people whose minds are supposedly blown when Chamath says that rich guys run the world. Chamath,
Because he's a rich guy who also.
He's like a Trump.
Yeah. Well,
he and Trump have a lot in common.
You know what it is? It's in the eyes when he tells you. See his eyes? His eyes just make it that much more like I ain't fucking around.
Let's zoom in on his eyes. Let's do a little red bar zoom. Look at the see.
Was that just
see?
full of
Look,
truth?
he's only like 35 and his hair's thinning. Hey, Chamath, you can be worth faking $80 billion, but your hair looks bad.
He's in his 40s.
He is great. His hair, Chamath, hey Chamath, how about you can lecture me all you want about how there's 800 white guys that control the world, which is true, but like your hair is great and my hair looks good.
Some of them are from Saudi Arabia.
That's true.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but this clip was just basically like Chamath's flipping his view on Trump. That was the whole point of the clip. He was like, I thought Trump was bad.
This is what they're calling it now, and it's great. What's it called? Not publicity, but marketing. It's called the Great Awakening. Is what they're calling.
What's the Great Awakening?
Is they're realizing, Trump wasn't that bad of a president. That's what the Great Awakening is. I'm like, God dang it. See, if this is not the Great Awakening, I don't know what is. Jesus. That's not the way they said it, but I feel like that's the way it was said.
I mean, dude, there's Twitter is the last place I go for any sort of intelligent conversation
when
about
billionaire
anything.
liberal wakes up. See, but we keep looking for intelligent conversation. I'm not looking for intelligent conversation. I'm looking for honest conversation.
True.
You know what I mean? Because you can be super intelligent and fucking lying in my face. I want to know how you really feel and what you're really doing.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Right.
So you can be like, this is the way that it should be. But it's not. It's the thing that we talked about last time. Like, imagine, like the fucking that song.
John Lennon's
Imagine. I'm like, I don't want to imagine no more. What is happening? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. That's what I want to know.
Look, you want me to be honest, Josh? She was 15 and I regret it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, shit.
Jokes. These are jokes, people. She was 16. Okay. All right. Wow. What a show. Hey, this is why you listen to this show, guys, because it's funny. You want to listen to some other bullshit where they talk about
what's the best way to get your dick sucked?
Yeah, like what's your body count?
Yeah.
No, you don't care what my body count is. It's 4. And by body count, I mean corpses.
Oh, shit.
Pig corpses. I'm a farmer. All right. Wow.
I had 4 in one night. That was my claim to fame.
4. You fought 4 women in one night?
4 different women in one night.
Damn.
Yeah, I was a real whore.
Wow.
Yeah.
And which one did you marry?
None of them.
No.
None of them.
That's actually wild. 4 in one night?
Yeah.
You're a dog.
I was a sophomore in college.
Yeah.
And I look back at it, and I thought I was a player. I was just a booty call is what I was. I was a booty call.
Yeah. Or were you going to their places?
Yes.
Nice.
I had a dorm, and so I was going to their apartments and stuff. And
what was all of his name? What was his name?
I don't remember names. That's the worst
Zing!
part.
No, really?
The worst part.
Damn.
I don't remember names.
Dude, I think people look at sex differently. Like I'm sure, like people have their hoe. You were in a hoe phase. People have their hoe phase.
No, I was in a disconnected. I looked at it as how many different. This is gonna sound horrible. How many different flavors can I sample? And then it became like, all right, I did this. Now I want to do this.
Right.
Now I want to do this.
Now I want to try cock.
I never got to that
point. Oh man. Well, let me see. I do want to talk about Israel. I know we've kind of gone over the place today. Actually, is there anything else I want to say about Chamath? I feel like Chamath is going to run for president someday.
No, I think he's going to fund the president and pull the strings and not run for president.
You think I feel like he loves. The thing is, there are many billionaires exactly like Chamath that don't like the public eye. They don't like being They don't like being in the media.
Yeah,
but Chamath actively pursues and accepts interviews with the media, which makes me think that he likes the fame. He likes the razzle dazzle.
You can only become president twice, but if you pull the strings, you can be there for decades.
Yeah, That's true. I feel like he'll do both.
That's why senators don't want to be president. They just want to stay senators.
Because what? You can be a senator forever?
You can be senator for fucking ever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then
well,
you know the laws, then you make $100 million, and it's just like, what? What did I was trying to help.
Dude, I saw there's that one senator that like, well, wasn't there a senator that like bought a bunch of Raytheon right before the war broke out?
There was a bunch of senators that bought a bunch of different, and they have to show everything, so people are just tracking them and then purchasing that. They probably bought Palantir as well.
Oh, speaking of Palantir, 1736. What was it last week, guys? If you can remember, how's your memory? Was it 14?
No, last week was 17 also.
Oh, it was? It's been flat?
Yeah, in 1 week.
Well, I'm hoping I don't know if Palantir has a contract with the IDF.
Did you see Bitcoin?
No.
Did it spike
and then go back down?
It spiked because some Twitter account said
I did see this,
that BlackRock's ETF went through, and then immediately after said no, it didn't, but it spiked up 10% like in a minute.
Yeah.
That was insane. I was like, but what was cool is all the mining companies that I bought actually stayed up high.
Oh, nice.
Because they're saying because the SEC didn't go against GBTC, the Bitcoin trust, and they're trying to make it an ETF. So in the next 45 days, it should be an ETF.
So this is a BlackRock ETF?
No, this is not BlackRock. This is GBTC. But they're saying that BlackRock and all the other ones, Fidelity and all the other ETFs,
as soon as it goes through, they're going to launch Bitcoin ETF products.
The rumor is they're going to launch them all at once.
Like all of the different asset managers?
All the different ETFs. So like instead of being just BlackRock, you guys, we're going to do one, because usually the very first ETF is the one that gets the most. They're going to approve all ETFs.
Well, that would make sense to me, right? Like you wouldn't. But
usually it's not fair. But what the bank is scared of is they're going to be a bank run, and you're going to have people, because this goes above my whatever pay grade or thought on it, but apparently that the banking system is afraid that it'll collapse because there'll be a bank run, not because the people will take their money out, but because these large corporations will move like 2 or 3% of their funds or more into these ETFs.
Interesting. I mean, that could happen. Well, I've been trying to find a way to articulate this, but I think when you really look at Bitcoin, it's fundamentally extra sovereign. It's outside of sovereignty.
It's the first real decentralized currency.
Right. And I mean, I even like to, on the fact that it's decentralized, like the technology is what allows it to be outside of a sovereignty. But I like to call it an extra sovereign. I like that phrase. I like that label because that to me just is a more compelling selling point than decentralized.
Right.
Because I mean, people think, and it's like, and the reason I brought that up is because when the SEC tries to regulate something that is fundamentally unpatriotic,
correct?
Bitcoin is terrorism. Well, people have said this before. Bitcoin is
it's fun that it can fund it because they can't stop it.
Bitcoin is impossible to regulate. So the fact that the SEC is trying to help roll out, or maybe decide if they want to roll out a Bitcoin ETF. I mean, I think if you're buying a Bitcoin ETF, you should just put a gun in your mouth and you're an idiot. I really think Bitcoin ETF, that's such a paradox to me.
Yeah.
Bitcoin, which is supposed to be a hedge against the world ending.
Correct.
Right?
Well, no, not necessarily.
Or more chaos, more war, property theft from the government.
Less war because if government, it's a Trojan horse, because if governments adopt it, they can no longer print money without devaluing their currency.
Well, if governments are forced to adopt it, do you mean?
Well, the whole point is going to happen. It's not governments that are going to adopt it at first. It's first the people adopted it, and it's the first time people get to front run it instead of corporations. So next is the corporations and the big asset managers adopt it. And then what's going to happen is the money devalues. It's like, okay, we can't put it into the dollar. We're not going to put it more into gold. So what do we get? Well, we're just going to start printing money and purchasing Bitcoin. So then that's how they'll purchase Bitcoin. And then if Bitcoin is the base layer of your currency, the second part is you put your currency on top of that. So if I have 20,000 Bitcoin, now my currency is based upon that second layer of Bitcoin.
Right. But I mean, do you think I have a chance with Charlie D'Amelio? Do you think I do?
I have no idea.
She's of age, right?
I
I should have chosen a different woman.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh wait, who? I don't even know who that is.
The TikTok star? I don't think she's 18 yet.
I don't even know who that is.
Charlie D'Amelio?
Yeah, who's that?
You know Charlie D'Amelio, bro. Charlie D'Amelio. You gotta be kidding me right now.
I don't have TikTok.
She's the TikTok darling.
No, I thought it was the Asian girl.
I should not have chosen her.
She's 19.
That's too young.
Yeah.
For the record, that was a bit, and I shouldn't even make those jokes.
I don't even know who that is.
She has 110 million TikTok followers.
Good for what she do.
Dances.
Okay.
She's like she's gonna be the next Kim Kardashian.
What was the Filipino one name?
On TikTok? The TikTok celebrity?
She was also
with the one she goes like this.
like she does the weird nose thing, like and like
Wow.
yeah, and she has like a song too.
Let's find out. I forgot her name. I think I know who. I don't know.
I have to see.
I'm honestly not concerned.
This one. I forgot her name.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it's
honestly
her.
not concerned with the Philippines.
I think that's the future. I think Philippine. I think.
Just kidding.
I think in as we continue to mix the ethnicities and races in the East, everybody's gonna look more Filipino, and in the West, everybody's gonna look more Puerto Rican. It's gonna be beautiful
It's
people
gonna be
everywhere.
the same race.
It becomes and then
It will all converge on like light brown or like brown.
yeah.
But then, once religion dies, once organized religion finally dies, if it ever dies, and once we're all the same race, we'll find something else to fight about. It'll be like the robot pro-AI versus anti-AI people. Or like it'll be like, we'll find something else to start wars over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are like, oh, people have said this about, especially with Israel-Palestine. Or, sorry, I also want to say this. People have been calling it the Israel-Gaza conflict. They've been calling it the Israel-Palestine conflict and the Israel-Hamas conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it should be called the Israel-Sean Riley conflict. Because if you're pro-Israel,
Yeah.
time to click that little X. Hey, if you're listening and you're on your way to work and you're thinking, well, Sean, I like Sean. He's kind of funny. He's all right.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't see I think he's wrong about Israel. If that's what you're thinking right now,
Yeah.
I want you to crash your car.
Jeez.
No. If you look, you want to know my take on Israel Palestine, Josh, you don't, but I'm going to do it anyway.
No, it's not that I don't. I don't want to give my opinion because I don't know what to say.
I've thought about this very deeply. Supporting any country, supporting any sovereignty with passion is cringe. You're cringe. You're cringe if you support the U.S. You're cringe if you support Hamas. You're cringe if you support Israel. You're cringe if you are religious. You're cringe. It's gross. It's gross because every government...
You're cringe if you have a podcast. With your Led Zeppelin shirt. Get out of here.
No, I'm above the fray. This is from Target, by the way. People ask me if the shirt is like, oh, that's a type of shirt. Is that a thrift? Is that from a thrift store? Is that a thrift store find? I'm like, no, it's a Target. It's a Target grab.
Yeah.
I grabbed it from Target. I grabbed this shirt in the gay section at Target. I want to go to Target and just be like, where are the gay shirts? Let's see what they say.
Right over here, sir.
Well, they'd be like, excuse me, do you have you have shirts for guys that look Jewish but are not? Can I see those shirts? How about shirts for guys that are autistic? What was I? Oh yeah, I just think. Here's the thing: you can be pro-Hamas, you can be pro-Israel, you can be on the fence, and there's a lot of criticism directed at people that don't take sides. They're like, and people have these like I don't know what it is about like public figures, like celebrities, even comedians, where suddenly a big event happens where you should be funny about it, and all these celebrities and stuff, they all of a sudden get really sincere.
Yeah, do you see Pete Davidson on SNL?
Yeah, I did. Hey, Pete, you're a pussy, dude. My dad died in 9/11.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
that's a hot take.
So I think I actually know what I'm talking about. Hey, Pete, and then what does he say?
He said that he knows about terrorist attacks, and so he's like the perfect person to actually talk about it.
Okay, I mean, again, I'm trying to joke around. Pete, you're great. Big fan of your fart noises. Big fan of your girlfriends, Pete. Big fan of all your exes. He pulls.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so he's like, he goes, I know what you're all thinking. You know who I want to hear from when it comes to Israel? Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny, but like, and then he goes on to be like, any innocent soul whose life is taken is a tragedy. I'm like, you're adding nothing to the fucking conversation, bro.
But that's what everybody's doing. You have to have a take on it. Everybody's having to take. The Pope came out and said something too. Everybody's saying something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and everyone has to have a take. Everyone has to have like a counter take or take about a take.
Yeah.
And I have all those things.
Yeah.
Josh, do you condemn Israel and the ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people?
Man, you can't put it like that. How are you going to put it like that?
Sorry. How do you feel about Hamas devastating the lives of thousands of innocent Israeli children?
What I think is that a lot. Yeah. That's what I think.
Did you go underwater? Did you dunk your head?
No, I don't know.
I'll waterboard you for the answer. What I think is no.
Yeah.
Look, I want people to realize that like you don't need to have a take about everything, and it's okay to enjoy your privilege. It's okay to be in America and just not think about it. It's okay.
I mean, think about it, but it's just like you have to put your opinion that's not nuanced at all out there.
Yeah. Could you turn my mic a little bit up?
Oh, my bad.
Thanks. I think it's okay. It's just okay to like disconnect, because it's like I open Twitter and I see babies being beheaded. I see little children in body bags.
See, okay. So I saw that too. There's 5 children beheaded, and then the very next tweet I saw, they're like, these were not children beheaded; these were fake bodies, and it shows them.
And they run it through an AI thing.
I have no idea what to believe. I have no idea what to believe.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: you can believe this, Josh, that Hamas are monsters and they must be destroyed.
I can say Hamas is a terrorist group. Yeah, I believe that. I also believe what I'm seeing in France and Norway and these other countries where people are protesting and they're being arrested for protesting against Palestine.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah. So I've seen that as well. Like they're on the. So it's especially in France, it's getting pretty bad.
France and Canada are very limited in their Canada especially. I mean, they're limiting their free speech.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly. But I mean, look, Hamas, terrorist. Israel, IDF, terrorist. United States, terrorists. McDonald's, terrorists.
I can play you one on Twitter with
MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Terrorism. It's cultural terrorism. And if you don't agree with that, then you're an idiot. I'm sorry. What are you looking up?
Let me see if I can find it.
Where are you? Hey, Josh, pull up Babies Getting Beheaded.
No, not that.
No. We're not going to watch that. I already watched enough of those today.
It's ID what?
IDF. Yeah, that's how you spell it.
Wow.
What were you looking? Podcaster talks to IDF. Was there an interview that
Yeah.
Was there an interview? Did Theo Vaughn talk to the IDF?
No, it was a podcaster, and he was just like, "Why are you? Do you know that you're when you bomb them, you're killing babies too?"
Yeah.
And then one of the soldiers in the background, it's just like, "I don't care. Like, I'll kill them all. I don't care. Like,
Really?
yeah. It was,
Dude.
but then again, what are you supposed to believe? Just because what they're wearing, you're supposed to believe that that's what's happening? Like, you don't know. Nobody knows.
Also, I mean, like, this is ultimately, if you want, this is ultimately the one thing I actually believe about the war.
Let's see if I can find it on my Twitter. Keep going.
Every time you drop a bomb on a building, you create more terrorists.
Oh,
you do. Dude, I don't know if I was at a party. I was like, I don't know if I said this last week already, but like, dude, if I'm in any country and a foreign country bombs my home and kills my parents and my family,
oh yeah,
I'm going to become a terrorist immediately.
yeah,
I'm going to be emboldened. I will scorched earth.
yeah. If you're a Crip and I'm a Blood and you kill my cousin, well, I'm just gonna want to go.
It's
kill
on.
more.
It's
yeah.
It's on site, as they say.
Yes, correct.
It's
on site.
It's it's like it's on site with my ops.
Well, you become detached because it's like a man who's lost everything, has nothing else to lose, is a very dangerous man.
Right.
Because it's like there's no more repercussions.
That's why you should donate to the Patreon before I lose everything.
Oh shit. Like
No.
you just don't give a shit about that anymore. It's just like I don't care what you have to say.
It's about revenge. It's blood. They're bloodthirsty.
Blood for blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, can you really blame them? Imagine your whole family gets taken away from you like that
Yeah.
in such a horrific way, and you're a capable person. You're gonna fight back.
You
And
become
that's-
radicalized.
And that happened. It's not the middle, and the thing. It's not like Israel Hamas is anything new. Every war in history is like this, where it's a gang war, and they are they're the world's largest gangs. Countries are the world's largest gangs.
Well, Iran just said that they don't have to send in military.
Oh, they're not. Hezbollah isn't going to support either.
Well, no,
from Lebanon,
because they said, "Oh, you guys got it." But also, do we believe them?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. Was there anything? Oh, okay. The other thing I want to cover as far as Israel goes is everyone is talking with the war. Everyone's talking about international law, and they're using it as sort of a talking point for like, hey, Israel's violating international law. They're telling all these people to migrate out of Gaza, or they're telling these people to migrate to southern Gaza or out of
West Bank or something.
Or they're like telling them to migrate from one of the borders of Gaza to the other.
Right.
And, people are calling it ethnic cleansing, and they're like, international law says that you can't do that. International law, if you believe in international law, you probably believe in astrology. You're a fucking idiot. You're a dumbass. There's no such thing as international law.
It's like the Civil War, or not the Civil War, the what's it called?
The Geneva Convention?
No, where there was just like where people used to march at each other, right, and then shoot, and now they're like, oh my God, they're killing the generals. They just sniped them out of nowhere. Look at these terrorists doing that. It's like, yeah, dude, unconventional warfare. It's like,
yeah, it's war.
Yeah,
dude,
there's no rules.
I know, and people like, especially like, and this is one thing that really disgusts me about the military-industrial complex is that every general has this like sick obsession, and if any soldier, any politician, they have this like sick obsession with like the play-by-play. It's a game to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, well, or there's this, I mean, I'm sure, have you heard of like the rules of engagement?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what that is.
So, I mean, it's like, there's rules of engagement for war. And like, they're talking about Israel's using white phosphorus bombs, which like set shit on fire. It's like a poisonous bomb that they like are bombing like civilian areas.
Yes.
And everyone's like, oh my God, that's against the law.
It was from that film that you're talking about was from 2016.
Oh,
yeah, there was also it was on Twitter as a comment on not comment, but you know how they have the notes,
the community notes.
Yeah, and it was just like, this is from 2016 and da 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 da.
Oh, is that video? I don't even know what the fuck to believe.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know. Nobody knows what to believe.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw. That's crazy. That wasn't even from this encounter.
Again, it was just in community notes saying.
So we don't know if the correction is.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Mia Khalifa getting fucked by Netanyahu
Yeah, that was real. That was real. Netanyahu is hung. I did not know that.
Is he really?
I don't know.
I'm going to community notes you live. Community notes, Josh. Netanyahu's not hung. I would know. Here's a photo of his cock. And then that gets community noted. Like, actually, this is AI. His cock is not this small. It was artificially reduced by the community notes poster. It's great. But, you know, a big part of war is the information war, the war of propaganda, the war of your narrative, and doing whatever it takes to get people to support you.
Well, I think the biggest thing now is distract. Everybody's wrong. This is all false information. Doesn't matter if it's your side or my side or whatever it is.
Discredit all of it.
That way we can go over here to the banking system and it collapses. And it's just like, no, but it collapsed because of this. That way you're not, reading about it.
Well, I mean, I think, you know who wants the war? Netanyahu. Is that how you say his name?
I don't know.
I keep thinking of Kanye's interview on Alex Jones.
What, is that the way you said
it? This is when he was like a Nazi.
Yeah.
Probably still is, but.
Well, we don't know if that was really him because he had a mask on the whole time.
It was him.
Yeah.
And he brings a net and a Yoo-hoo chocolate milk.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm Netanyahu. He goes, hey, Netan, what do you think about the Jews? What do you think about the Jews debanking me? I'm Netanyahu. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Alex Jones is just like, yes, thank you, Kanye. Thank you, Kanye. Thank you very much. It's
like you're out crazy.
So,
Alex Jones.
so Kanye, yeah, you out that. Well, that was the people's take. They're like, wow, you're fucking gone when Alex Jones is trying to be like, hey, man, like you can't say that.
Yeah.
I think he was like.
Well, he can't say because he tries like, well, the Nazis are bad, right? And he's just like, well,
yeah. Alex Jones goes, but Kanye, Hitler was bad, and then Kanye goes, there were some good things about Hitler. He dressed. I mean, it's great, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy interview. By the way, don't take that soundbite of me saying that when you know it was a quote. If you're editing right now, suck my dick.
That's why I put the camera on you and not me.
But. If you're listening to this in the year like 2026 and I'm really famous and you're like a journalist right now hunting for old shit to cancel me with, at least be a little bit, you can't use that.
Yeah.
That was me making fun of Kanye just now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is I'm just addressing future journalists or future FBI investigators when I eventually commit crime, something bad happens. Or I get assassinated. I don't want to manifest the wrong shit. Manifesting is real.
Oh man,
I believe in manifesting.
That's
now.
Chris. Have you ever heard Chris Breckel's joke?
No.
I said something about being assassinated, and he goes, your friend has an insane ego when they think they're gonna be assassinated. Like, no, motherfucker, you were just murdered.
Dude, I think I was. Did he? I think I wrote help. I think he wrote that because I told him that.
I told him that too.
Really?
I was like, yeah, well, so and so assassinated me. He's like, yo, you're nobody, bro.
Yeah.
No.
You mean murder? You mean killed?
Yeah.
Assassinated. Yeah, you're not gonna get assassinated.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. Yeah. It's believing in it. I just want to say one thing. Believing in international law has any teeth is literally way more embarrassing than believing in astrology. It is. Believing that like being a Virgo makes you like, I don't know, quirky or like outgoing or
33% of Virgos are serial killers.
Yeah, but
I mean, 33% of serial killers are Virgos. Sorry, reverse that.
You know what? Well, 100% of the people that believe in international law are retarded. That's against international law. The UN, we've talked about the UN, the IMF, Interpol.
Yeah.
All of these organizations try to have like people are afraid of like the FBI, the CIA. They're like some people really think this way, dude. Some people think that like the UN and Interpol and the IMF and these international like I don't know what you want to call them entities, they're almost brought into existence through a treaty of multiple countries. They literally think Interpol is more powerful than the CIA. People think that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, do you even know? Like, the Interpol has no jurisdiction. The UN has no. The UN.
What do you think is the most powerful?
what do I think is the most powerful?
It doesn't have to be law. Just who's the most powerful
entity?
Yeah.
I mean, it's either the CIA or Mia Khalifa.
I'm gonna go with IMF.
You go with the IMF
Because it's they can work openly, and then they can own your country through debt.
Yes, that I read a book about that, and they have leverage like with Greece. Yeah, they like negotiate. IMF negotiates the terms of the debt with Greece.
Yeah,
but it's like negotiating with someone while you have a gun to their head.
Yeah,
right. It's like, okay, how about 20% interest rate?
Do this,
and Greece is like, yeah, whatever. Just please give us some money.
Do this, or I kill your family.
How about 30% interest rate?
Yeah,
and then they like twist the knife. And they have them under their thumb.
Yeah,
I agree that the IMF's powerful.
So they thought, because Greece was very much like, well, fuck you. How
right?
About that?
Yeah. They're like,
how about fuck you?
Yeah, we're not going to pay you back.
Yeah.
But the IMF is not stupid. Like they knew that was a risk.
Yeah.
But I would agree that the IMF's powerful. However, and if you don't know the International Monetary Fund,
yeah,
it's not. That's basically
the Federal Reserve of Europe.
Who's the IMF funded by?
That's a good. I have no.
Can you look it up? Who actually gives the IMF money? I'm pretty sure it's the U.S.
It says you are now on a tracking list.
IMF funds come from 3 sources: member quotas, multilateral. That means nothing. Let's click on. Let's look at the website. Let's read
the website, isn't it? IMF.org.
Doesn't even let you. Or do we let us download a fact sheet? Oh, we don't want to read that whole thing. Okay. How we are financed. Quotas, multilateral borrowing, bilateral borrowing. Quick facts. Here we go. 40 participants. The size of the NAB not stands at 364 billion okay.
So basically,
net
the
assets
debt of countries.
New arrangements to borrow. What were you saying?
The debt of countries is how they're funded. Correct?
They have a pod.
Click on it.
Let's listen to the IMF's podcast. Holy fuck.
And we fuck you.
Dude, listen to the brightest minds in globalism. It says listen to the brightest minds in economics. Listen to the stupidest minds in world government.
It's just Klaus Schwab. It's being like, you will own nothing and be happy. You will own nothing and be happy.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
Fabio Natalucci. See, like, look at this guy. Can you cut to the TV?
I hate the soft landing bullshit.
So honestly, what is soft? I don't even know. Isn't soft landing? What is soft landing? Do you know? So for the people that don't know, I don't know.
So they're not going to crash the economy. It's going to be a soft landing.
Like things will slow down, but not too fast.
Yeah, and you'll still have a job, and everything's going to be good, and inflation will come down. It's going to be a soft landing, and it's just like you can't be a soft landing when you're fucking raising interest rates super fast, and the plane's going. It's like that's not a soft landing.
Yeah. Well, when the U.S. debt looks like this, that's not a soft landing.
No,
that's called you're about to stall.
It's gonna be $1 trillion just this month.
Soft landing.
That's insane.
That's crazy. Soft landing is what I do with my exes, with my girlfriends. I go soft landing. I slowly ease back. I go. I give them. I love bomb. I go. I love you. I buy them Italian food. No, I'm kidding, babe. I love you. I want to marry my girlfriend someday. That wasn't funny at all.
I let you sit in it.
You really did.
I was like,
that was fucked up of you, dude.
No, it wasn't.
It was honest.
It was honest.
I deserved it.
Own it.
Let's listen to. I do want to listen to the IMF's podcast. I know we're gonna wrap it up in a sec here. So, This one sounds vague and stupid. Michelle Ruta on discriminatory regionalism. As rising geopolitical tensions chip away at globalization, will a more fragmented world mean stronger regional pacts? Yes. Economist Michelle Ruta says that all Palestinians must die for us to have...
Christ.
Jesus, Pete. What is this? No. says the trend toward strengthening ties with friends and loosening them with non-friends. I see. This is the kind of language that will end the world. You're talking about friend. You're talking about other sovereignties as a friend.
Yeah.
And you're talking about enemies as non-friends.
That's a good way to put it.
It's really not a good way to put it. A non-friend.
North Korea is a non-friend.
This whole paragraph, the IMF podcast description, is the perfect example of focus grouped, corporatist, fucking bullshit. It's the most.
They put it in ChatGPT. They didn't even.
Oh, dude, no! This is the stuff that trains ChatGPT.
Yeah.
This comes straight from the minds of the people that train ChatGPT. But let's give it a old list. Let's give it a little listen. Michel Ruta. I kind of want to look at. Is this guy on LinkedIn?
Oh shoot, it's a guy.
Michel. Yeah, he's probably a French guy. Let's look at his LinkedIn. World Bank. He works for the World Bank. That's fun. Is he on LinkedIn? Could you type in LinkedIn? I don't want to dox people on this podcast either. This isn't doxing though, right?
It's on LinkedIn.
Can you type in World Bank after LinkedIn? Let's see his LinkedIn. I have LinkedIn Premium. Is this him? Yo, dude, he doesn't have a LinkedIn. You know a guy is fucking powerful when he does not have LinkedIn.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah, well that because he doesn't want people to know where he works. Anyway, whatever. I don't want to fucking. He PhD in economics from Columbia University. Okay, let's listen to what Michel Ruta has to say about discriminatory regionalism. By the way, if you think this is boring, then you're probably a high school dropout and you deserve to work at McDonald's.
You're gonna have to put your mic towards it.
Oh fuck. I want to give it one more. Let me try. Can you just hit the button again?
Go.
Well, it worked. Amazing.
And China have.
No,
It's
on there.
Thanks for sticking with us, guys. Damn it. Is it? It's not working. Is the green button? Does that do anything?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, it's supposed to be on.
Yeah.
Could you hit the Bluetooth one more time?
Would you like to pair?
Their determination.
Yes.
Wow, sad.
Go ahead. I have it over here.
Okay.
Agreements were tool that they've used towards those goals.
So you mentioned just earlier about how various provisions are included in these trade agreements, including things like environmental provisions, which only a few years ago would have been very controversial in terms of trade. How has that turned out? I mean, has this proved to benefit the environmental policies of these countries, do you think?
So first of all, let me take a step back. So the main reason for these deeper agreements has been to promote trade. So a first question would be, were they successful? And there is actually a ton of research out there that focuses precisely on this question. And the short answer is yes. These deeper trade agreements were indeed very successful. One paper found that the deeper agreements boost trade between members by 40%. Now, because these agreements were richer, as I was saying, in terms of these policy areas to protect low-income families,
this is pretty boring.
This is the greatest ASMR I've ever heard. I'm gonna listen to the IMF podcast to fall asleep. That's fucking dope. They have great microphones and just the sound.
They have really good. I might fire you, Josh. What if I was like, Josh, I got a job at the IMF. I'm sorry.
I would believe it. Yeah.
Oh shit. Check.
See, that's not me. That's you. The IMF didn't like what you said.
Yeah, the IMF they're listening.
Yeah.
No, the guy's talking about some bullshit. Who gives a fuck? He talks about adding. He was saying something about we had environmental mandates to the trade agreements between member. I mean, and it's like,
basically, isn't that saying that, hey, we put tariffs on certain countries that don't go with what we're saying, so therefore it's going to increase the trade between another country who is doing what we're saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be green. It has to be this way. So now it's just like, well, if I buy from you and you're doing, whatever dirty it's making. You know what I mean? So now I have to trade with this one, and the product isn't as good, but because they're whatever cleaner for the environment, then I have to go through them. And then they invested in those fucking countries and companies. So it's just like it has nothing to do with environmentalism. No. It has to do with how can we get them to get what we
shareholder profits.
Exactly.
We're invested in new energy technology, and that's why we want to mandate it for you. That's what's going on. Well, that was a fun way to end the show. You have to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, thanks for listening. There's a whole lot we didn't get to that I'll cover next week, including I'm going to do a whole hour on Shark Tank. I fucking hate Shark Tank. I love Mark Cuban. All the other assholes on that show are frauds. Truly. Did you know Kevin O'Leary did a deal with FTX?
Yeah.
And then he goes on Shark Tank like, I hustled my whole life to get where I'm at. I love money. And I'm like, dude, you backed a crypto scam.
Yep.
How does that you lose all credibility? Anyway.
And it came out that what's his name, Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend was just like, we were told to keep Bitcoin under $20,000.
Yeah.
And they were selling users Bitcoin to do that.
Yeah. I mean,
that's insane.
The last thing I'll say to close it out, I will say this. Sam Bankman-Fried, I feel bad for him because it's very hard to be a Jew on trial right now.
And he doesn't have his Adderall because of the shortages.
I want to say this before we go. What if they're like Sam Bankman-Fried's on the witness stand and they're just like, Sam, when did the fraud start at FTX? Sam, when did what is the accounting system like? Why is the accounting system at FTX so complicated? If not fraud, what is it, Sam, in your opinion? And he's just like, look, I support Hamas. Just because I'm Jewish doesn't mean that I support Israel. There's bad people on both sides. And I just want peace in the Middle East. I want peace in the Middle East. And they're like, yeah, but Sam, we're talking about your fraudulent company right now, not the Middle East. And he's like, oh, okay. I condemn them. I condemn Israel. Is that what you want me to say? and then they give him Adderall and he's like, I'm a fraud. I don't know. All right, guys. Wow. What a fun show. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, leave a little comment. Tell us where you stand on the Middle East. Subscribe to the Patreon. I'm a week late on the Patreon. I'm very sorry, your boy A-Rocks. It's been a very hectic week for me. Gonna get 2 Patreon episodes out this week to make up for that. We have a lot of good episodes on the Patreon. We're gonna get out of here. Sean Riley Comedy on Instagram. I'm gonna headline LOL in San Antonio Comedy Club on November 12th, Sunday. DM me for tickets. I'll get you in for free. If you DM me for tickets on Instagram, I will get you in for free because you're listening this far into the show. That's crazy. A lot of people don't do that. So I love you. Josh is killing it. Tell everyone about your late escapades if you want to. You have a lot of exciting stuff going on.
I do. I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not going to say it. But on the next one, I will.
Okay.
Check out Social Sale and Comedy Frequency.
All right. Have a good week on the Gaza Strip. Bye.